107 FM, 710 Keel, Robert and Aaron in the morning. Robert is out. I've got Shreveport Council Vice Chair Lavette Fuller in studio with me.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
I'm happy to be here.
We are so lucky to have Ava Dejoie. Did I get that right?
You absolutely did. Thank you.
Sweet. You are the Louisiana workforce queen. Is that good today?
Oh, I won't go that far, but I'm secretary of the agency, and I am honored to serve in that position.
Ava, is that okay for me to call you that? I apologize.
Absolutely.
People are really on edge now about this $400 added benefit that the president signed the executive order to provide. Now that the benefits ran out at the end of July, but a fourth of it has to come from the state. How's that going to work?
Well, we actually, at about 8 o'clock last night, when I was leaving my office, we got guidance from USDOL. And I know to listeners, to everyday citizens, guidance sounds very government-y, and it is, but those are the rules that all state agencies will have to abide by, and the parameters under which we will then do our computer programming and get the money out, and what they tell us, who we can pay, who we can't pay, what we can do, what we can't do.
Who's eligible?
At this point, we are, as I said, it came out at 8 o'clock last night, so we're reviewing it. The way it reads, there were two options for states to use. Option one was the state put up $100 for every individual on unemployment insurance, and there would be a $400 federal match.
4 or 3?
FEMA. Well, that's option one, which
okay.
Most states are not eligible to do option one because state budgets, that's outside of the state unemployment insurance trust fund. So in other words, for the $400, the state would have to come up with $400 of state general fund money.
Ooh.
I don't know of any state that's doing that.
No.
Most states are using the unemployment insurance trust fund, which of course each state must have. You have to pay those benefits from when someone is unemployed from the unemployment trust fund. In normal circumstances, it is an employer that pays into the trust fund on behalf of the employee, and we pay benefits to the laid-off worker that the employer has paid in for them. We are using option 2, which provides for those benefits to count that we have paid for from the trust fund. Where we need clarity is that the $247 of weekly benefits, the maximum weekly benefit for in Louisiana, will count across the aggregate of all people on unemployment. And if so, we will be able to pay those individuals who are on a federal claim, a PUA claim, a gig worker, that would not normally be receiving benefits from the state unemployment insurance trust fund. Awfully complicated, I know.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
please help me.
Okay.
Help me to help make it clear to your listeners.
We're going to try to make it simple, but I know there are concerns about how much we have in the trust fund, right?
Yes, is our trust fund down? This is Lavette Fuller from City Council. It's nice to speak with you today. Our trust fund is down to $250 million from $1 billion. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a scary thing. We at the Louisiana Workforce Commission were very proud of last year when we went before the Revenue Estimating Conference, as we have to do every year in September, and we're reporting $1 million plus balance, and we're projected to hit a new trigger when we would go before them this September that would actually bring the taxable wage base down to $7,000, making it the lowest in the nation, and also bringing the weekly benefit amount up as well. We never dreamt that we would be talking about the trust fund going bankrupt, and we are talking about the trust fund going bankrupt.
How soon?
In fact,
how soon?
We began the process yesterday of applying for interest-free loans, similar to 20 other states, to tap into 3 months of benefit of funding beginning mid-September.
Wow. Okay, how soon, you know my question, how soon is John Q. Public going to see any of this money? I mean, it ran out the end of July. People are now struggling, coming into the middle of August. They want that money to arrive. What's the timetable you're hoping to get the money flowing?
Well, we got the rules last night. We will begin processing that. I'm sure there will be additional guidance that will come out from USDOL, and we will have teams working around the clock as we did just as similar when the CARES Act came out. We were the second state to roll out the CARES PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance for those gig workers. We were the second state in the nation. That did take us about 2-3 weeks. We're hoping to get this done as quickly as possible. Certainly, we're working with our sister states that we all use the same the company, the vendor that does the system for us, that handles the programming. But it's not an Excel spreadsheet where we can say we sort these people. There is definitely all of the checks and balances that go into a massive computer system evaluating billions of pieces of data. And that data is for everyone's protection. I mean, because that data ensures that there's not identity theft. That data ensures that you're getting your payments to your bank account and that it's safe and secure and all of those things. And it is code and computer programming that we'll be doing for the next definitely week. It may be 2 weeks. We are going to do everything that we possibly can to do that. Folks went in last night to start the process of deciphering what the rules were and going over that with legal and other states and sending questions back to USDOL.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned checks and balances. Will there be specific criteria for applicants when we get to that point, say having to show proof of applying for jobs?
There are a lot of unknowns, again, about this. It was only on the call day before yesterday with USDOL and about 800 other labor folks from around the country that we got clarity that the state payment, the 247, would be applied across everyone to meet that $100 threshold per person. Mm-hmm. We want to confirm that that is, in fact, what we heard. We now have in writing because the state does not have the $100 for every person that does not meet that $247, that may be getting a state benefit. Mm-hmm. And to your, I'm sorry if you could repeat the question. I wanted to make that clear about where all of the nuts and bolts that we're going through.
Yeah.
Will people have to prove that they have been applying for jobs? We saw that.
Well,
this.
We did bring back Work Search. Work Search is not punitive at this point. Work Search is, and every single individual on unemployment insurance got a video to the email address that they provided to us because we wanted them to know, not on a 30-second news clip. We have time, y'all. We go to commercials. You have lots of stories explaining Work Search. If someone has a COVID reason for not being able to complete Work Search, put COVID-1, COVID-2, COVID-3. Work Search is not going out if you have underlying health conditions, if you are taking care of a child. Work Search is, I called an employer, I went to an employer, I asked them where they're hiring, I sent a resume out, this is what I did. So we are strongly encouraging everyone, because there are jobs out there, this is a chance, this may be your opportunity to build a new career, to build a new future for you and your family with an employer that is in need right now. So everyone has to complete Work Search every week. We are not at a juncture now where anyone will be cut off. We are encouraging everyone to look for opportunities because unemployment is a bridge. Unemployment started in the Depression, and we know that Depression lasted many years. God willing, and I hope we're all praying COVID goes away and that there's a vaccine and we won't be in a pandemic. We're not trying to put anyone in harm's way, but there are jobs out there, and for those that are in that position to take advantage of an opportunity right now, it's a win for them and a win for the employer.
Ava, where do folks go that are listening that want to get the ball started to get these added benefits? laworks.net. Will you have all the details there?
We do not have anything posted yet because again, we don't want to put bad information or misinformation out there, right? But we will be doing a release today. The governor will talk about it at his press conference today as we finalize all of the details on everything. We will get that information out. At this juncture, an individual does not need to do anything.
Gotcha. Great to hear that.
The
Okay.
programming is not there. The $300 is not going to roll out. You know, normally you have to file a weekly certification by the end of the week to get your payment the following week. The money is not deposited in our account. It's not set up to go. No states are rolling this out right now. We are in the staging process.
Gotcha.
So individuals, just sit tight. We will keep everyone involved. Our teams are working around the clock. We stayed on the phone and back and forth till the wee hours of the morning. But we will get information out. But an individual doesn't have anything to do right now.
Gotcha. Ava Dejoie, Louisiana Workforce Commission, the Queen. No, the Secretary. Sorry. Thanks
That's
for
so sweet. I only wish I would make sure if I were a queen, I would make COVID go away.
I love that. Me too. Thanks for your time. We really appreciate it. Great info.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
You bet. 101.7 FM, 710 Keels. Here's Ruby.
Starting things off looking pretty clear for your early morning drive to work, but look out later on this morning for some traffic delays on Uri Drive.